Hi guys, today is the unveiling of our new Meyer Blue Sales Gallery. So this sales gallery has 2 new show units, and on top of that, the developer is also releasing a premium stack that has triple views: landed view, sea views, and the Marina Bay view. So come on! Location-wise, we are in District 15, East Coast. We are located inside the Meyer Mountbatten landed enclave, and we are actually about 6 minutes walk to Katong Park MRT and 8 minutes walk to Tanjong Katong MRT. So very private road, no public buses, very tranquil. Okay, so now we're at the show model. So this entire land site is redeveloped by UOL Group, one of my favorite developers in Singapore, and this was actually the previous Meyer Park. So Meyer Park had 2 residential blocks, one at the front and one at the back. So they've torn it down to have one beautiful residential tower where all the homes can appreciate the landed view all the way to Airport Road, or they can appreciate the beautiful panoramic sea view. Meyer Blue starts with 2-bedroom units all the way to 5-bedroom units and 2 penthouses. But the 2 penthouses and the smaller units have already been sold 2 years ago. Okay, so at the entrance here, when you go up, there's actually a guardhouse and you come up to a really grand arrival area. So this is very different from the previous project that TOP here, which is Meyer Mansion. So Meyer Mansion TOP about 2 years ago, when you go up, the arrival court is slightly smaller. So down here is more 大气, okay? So when you're going home, you turn left down to the basement car park. Over here, Carpark Lots are 229 for 226 homes. So it's more than 1-to-1, and it's very rare for condos near MRTs. Okay, so over here, the architect has done up 3 main facilities area. One towards the north area, a south, and then on top you have rooftop facilities. And this is very rare. Why? Because among the Meyer sea-fronting condos, 11 of them, this is the only condo that has roof facilities. So if you buy Meyer Mansion, a 2-bedroom, you're facing the landed view, you'll never ever get to see the sea. But over here, if you buy a landed facing unit, you still can enjoy the sea view from the facilities. We can also appreciate the fact that the architects have actually customized the windows of Meyer Blue to be tinted blue on the outside, so that when you're passing by ECP, it's a very iconic residential home. Stepping out onto the facilities deck, you realize that the entire facilities area is already elevated from Meyer Road about 2 to 3 meters. On top of that, you'll be welcomed with a very beautiful archipelago pool, which looks really good in the morning all the way as it transitions it into the evening. Gourmet pavilion at one side and 2 function rooms tucked to the corner with the playground. Transiting closer to the homes, there's also an oasis lawn area. Moving on to our second facilities area, which is the southern facilities area, there's another lap pool, 40 meters long, so very beautiful, and then a wellness pavilion as well as a garden lawn area. On top of that, there is a coastal gym over here, so people can enjoy their strength training on the first floor. Why do I say on the first floor? Because as we move up to the roof facilities, there's another sky gym overlooking the entire landed estates of Mountbatten. Moreover, we also have an open sky terrace decked out in Paula Lenti's Italian furniture for you to enjoy both the landed and the sea view. If it's getting too hot for you, you can always move in back to the club lounge facing directly into the sea view, and you can see the dazzling sea in the afternoon or the beautiful fairy lights of the ships in the evening. So welcome to our new show unit. This is the 1518 square feet at Meyer Blue, 4-bedroom with private lift, as you can see there. So stepping in from the foyer, very beautiful living and dining. This is just done up by our new ID Masone Ong, and this is the only stack that have the 3 views: the sea view, the landed view, and the Marina Bay view. Amazing 7.34 meters by 4 meters of width. So really beautiful living hall and dining hall that can actually fit 8 to 10 packs. There's also a dry kitchen for you. The dry kitchen's backsplash and the countertop is all done up in marble. Even in the luxury segment nowadays, it's harder and harder to find developers who are willing to deck the entire home in European marble, which is what you see here at Meyer Blue. The living, dining, as well as the master room for the 4-bedroom onwards are all ducted aircon, so you can actually design it however you like. So now we're here in the wet kitchen. All the cabinetry is done up for you. As you can see, the backsplash and the countertop are all done up in quartz. You have your Valzook appliances, 5 cooker burner hob, your oven, your steam oven, double door fridge, and your vacuum drawer for those who like sous vide cooking. All our common rooms are minimally 9 square meters. The developer UL is also installing acoustic blinds for all the bedrooms as well as the balcony to help with noise reduction. Welcome to the master suite. So over here, very sizable, about 13.4 square meters. So king size bed, side tables, boudoir, no problem. Not only that, this room you also have triple views. You have your sea view, your MBS view, and at the back here, your landed home views of Mountbatten. The entire walk-in wardrobe is all imported from Polyform, which is a very established Italian brand. And moving on to the bathroom, this is entirely cladded in marble. So what you have just seen is the 1518 square feet with triple views, sea, land and Marina Bay. If you're looking for something bigger, we also have the 4-bedroom plus study, which is where we're at, 1733 square feet. Let's check it out. The Meyer Mountbatten Enclave is a low-density private residential area, so this stretch is actually along the East Coast Road, and a lot of people term it as the Nassim of the East. So people say that because historically a lot of iconic seafront bungalows were actually on Meyer Road itself. Before the reclamation, the sea was in front of Meyer Road. So you can see a lot of wealthy business families establishing their roots here on Meyer. And if you compare to Amber Road is more bustling and it comes from a very kampong beginning, so a lot of kampongs in Meyer. So the positioning is very clear. If you prioritize vibrancy and convenience, Amber is for you. And if you value privacy, tranquility and exclusivity, Meyer actually stands out as a class of its own. Here's the twist, Meyer Blue now actually gives you the best of two worlds because we now have the Thomson East Coast line, so it's really just a 6 minutes walk to the MRT station. Let's start diving into the numbers. So if you look at the recent new launch landscape, you see that a lot of 99 leasehold developments have already pushed new staggering heights in terms of price. Projects like River Modern recently launched, River Green or even Sky at Holland have not only set new price benchmark, they are also more than 90% sold out. So that actually proves market demand. And here's where it gets really interesting. The newly released stack at Meyer Blue starts from 2,951 per square feet, which offers a really attractive entry point into a rare freehold. Looking ahead, the pipeline in the east is also equally telling. Why? The upcoming 99 leasehold launches and GLS sites like the Bayshore one, the Tanjong Ru and Kallang Close are expected to cross the 3,000 PSF mark. Now let's zoom into the freehold developments in the East Coast. For our vicinity, we have the Continuum around Hague Road transacting about 3,001 PSF, Arena East Residences coming in approximately 3,002 PSF and Amber House pushing close to 3,300 per square feet. And these projects are already trading in a similar range of Meyer Blue, but it doesn't have probably the views that Meyer Blue offers, which is our sea view, our landed view all the way to Dunman, and then of course our new stack, our MBS Marina Bay view. Lastly, let's take a closer look at the 11 sea-fronting developments along Meyer Road itself. Okay, so these are the transaction prices for the 3-bedroom. You can see that for 3 bedrooms, Meyer Blue comes in with the last unit 0209. This one will face the archipelago pool view, and this is actually much lower than a lot of the highest transacted 3-bedroom in the area. And then of course over here you can see the 4-bedroom resale transactions all the way from Belvedere, Seafront, all the way to Peach Gardens. The 4-bedroom transactions here are actually towards the higher side. Even Meyer House, that's a product on its own, have already reached 9.2 million. And Meyer Blue, we are only starting at 4.479 million for our first floor unit for Stack 7. Moving into the 5-bedroom in this area, so among the 11 sea-fronting condos, none of them have 5-bedroom units. They actually have some penthouses which are really oversized, so that's not a fair comparison. For Meyer Blue, our 5-bedroom starts at only 5.717 million, so that's about 3,000 per square feet. So actually our 5-bedroom units here are catered really well for families looking for a physical 5-bedroom with an affordable quantum. And for PSF sensitive buyers out there, don't worry because our starting price of 2,951 PSF is already supported by the vicinity. So you can see Meyer Mansion just beside us at 3,300 PSF, Meyer House 3,001, across at Amber Park and Coastline up to $3,300 per square feet. If you're in the market today looking for a defensive scarcity class asset, priced below resale, this is the only new sea-fronting freehold home left. For pleasure of ownership, contact me today to set up a private viewing slot.